In this tutorial, I will be demonstrating how to create a new NQAIS Access account, how to add a new user to NQAIS, how to edit user permissions, and how to remove users from your NQAIS user list. To access the National Quality Assurance Intelligence System, or NQAIS, I type www.healthatlasIreland.ie/F1LIVE/ into my browser. I use Google Chrome as it works very well with NQAIS. Then I type in my username and password. Mine are already there by default. When logged in, I see my home page. This page shows the hospital's NQAIS data that I have access to. Here I have only access to the test hospital. To add, remove or edit a user, I click on the User Management button and I will be brought to my User Management page. Here is my User Management page. Adding members to and removing members from NQAIS is managed at a local hospital level by the Local Operational Manager, or LOM. The LOM can also change the access, permissions and other roles of each member. To do this, the LOM must have manager access to their NQAIS themselves. If you do not have manager access, you can request it through Histopathology QI Program Management. Here I have only access to one hospital, the test hospital. I click on my hospital name. The full options menu for the test hospital user management is loaded. As you can see, I have manager access, so I can add, remove and edit permissions. First, I will demonstrate how to add a new user to NQAIS. Before adding a new user, it is important to ensure that they are not already added as a user at the hospital. I am adding Conor Canavan as a new user. I see that he is not already one of the users on the test hospital user list. I first have to check if he has an existing account in the NQAIS database. You should not create a duplicate account for a user, as this will cause problems for them when they log on to NQAIS. I do this by going to section 3A and entering their name into the Search for an Existing User box, and I click Search. Conor's name appears. This means that he is already registered in NQAIS and has an existing account. I click on the tick box before his name and some permission options appear. Let's give Conor analyst permissions. And I click Add User. As you can see now, Conor's name has been added to the user list. This pop-up is a confirmation that he has been added successfully. We can click the X in the top corner to remove this. As you can see, Conor now has analyst permissions. But what if there is no account set up for the person I want to add to NQAIS? I want to add our new colleague, Dermot Ryan, to NQAIS. First, I have to check to see if he has an existing account in the NQAIS database. I enter his name into the Search for an Existing User box and click Search. I get a message, no matches found. I can be certain that he is not a registered user of NQAIS. He does not have a NQAIS account. I need to create an account for Dermot. I go to section 3B and fill in Dermot's details. I fill in his first name and his surname. The red asterisk is a required field and must be filled in. The system name, which is automatically generated, is a combination of his first and second name. This will be used as an identifier for logging in. The email address will be used as an identifier for updates and passwords. The password needs to be at least 8 characters long, contain a capital letter, a number and a symbol. I can also auto-generate a password and copy it, and I re-enter the password a second time. When all the fields are filled in, you can decide what roles you'd like to give this new user. Click Add New User. A black confirmation box appears to the right of the screen with the new user details confirming the new user. Take note of this as the user's name, email address and password are contained here. Once this box is removed from the screen, the password is difficult to retrieve. I usually take a screenshot of the page if I have auto-generated the password. And as we see, Dermot Ryan is now added to my user list. He has analyst permissions only. If I have manager permissions, which I do, I can also change the permissions of users. As you can see, all the changes are highlighted in yellow. I click the Update Roles button and the permissions are updated. As we can see on visual inspection, all our permissions are updated. There's also a message here that says Updates Applied. To remove a user from the hospital user list, I remove all their permissions, like this. I will remove Conor Canavan's permissions. I click Update Roles and the user is removed from the NQAIS user list for the hospital. Note that they are still registered in NQAIS and still have a NQAIS account. They can be reinstated as a user at any time. And here is Conor Canavan, still registered as a user. However, he's not on our user list. Again, Updates Applied shows that the action was completed. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that it was of assistance to you. If you enjoyed it, please check out our other videos on how to use and get more out of the NQAIS system.